Hello, hello, hello. God bless you. Really good. It's Pastor Stephen here. Patrick, thank you so much for joining me on this YouTube channel again. Like we said, it's been a while, but now we are back. And I'm sure we're going to have an exciting ride because I really have something to share with you today, which I've been studying about, reading about. It's really been inspiring me. And I think for some of us, this is one of the missing link. This is one of the missing keys we want to talk about, and it's going to be, I'll bring more installments. It's good. I'm going to do it like in a series. I want to talk about the power of words. It is so important that you and I understand the power of words, how important words are, how relevant words are, how, the role that words play in terms of our life, what we become. Because the first thing you have to understand is that everything started with words. Words are the foundation, the most important thing in the world. Just think about it. Even God himself at the beginning, how did God brought about creation? God spoke creation into existence. So everything you see, everything you feel, everything you hear came out of God's mouth. That is so powerful that even at the beginning of creation, God didn't use his hand, God used his mouth. And that is why everything that God created with words respond to words. Now think about it. God designed this world in such a way that God designed the world to run on systems. Okay, he designed it in such a way it runs on system. Everything God does, he puts system into it. Everywhere you go, you see systems. Take for instance, if you go into any society, what do you find? Like I live in the UK. What do you find? We have the legal system, the tax system, we have the educational system, we have the political system. In every society, you will see different systems there. Just even look at your human body, how it is designed to operate. Your human body has about 9 different systems that operates and that keeps you functional as a human being. You have, for instance, the respiratory system. You have the integumentary system. You have the muscular system. You have the nervous system, endocrine system. You have the cardiovascular system. You have the lymphatic system. You have the respiratory system, the digestive system, the reproductive system. So many systems in your body. That means your human life itself functions on systems. That is how God also designed the world to function on system. So God designed this world with words. So we live in a word created, word dominated, word system. So you are living under a word system right now, whether you believe it or not. What you are today in part is a result of the word system you've been raised in, the environment, the atmosphere, words that are spoken. And that is why today I want to talk about the power of blessing yourself. This is so important. It is wonderful for you to wait for God to bless you. There are people who are constantly waiting. Oh, I want God to, bless me. Or you're waiting for a pastor to bless you. Or you're waiting for others to pray for you and stand in agreement. But you and I need to cultivate the habit of proclaiming blessings over your life. Why it is wonderful for people to pray for you, but there's power when you understand the power of blessing yourself. In fact, the scripture says in Isaiah 65 and verse 16, he says, he who blessed himself in the earth shall bless himself in the God of truth. Wow, this is important. Do you know the last thing God did on the 6th day was not the creation of man? I used to think about that. Actually, when God finished creating man, man was the zenith, the crown of God's creation. But after God created man in Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26, 28 says, and God blessed after he created. So the last thing God did was not the creation of man, but was the blessing of man. And how did God do it? Because God did it by speaking words. He said, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it, have dominion. A blessing is not a blessing until it is spoken. Just like a song is not a song until it is sung. The same thing, a blessing is not a blessing until it is spoken. Now, let's define, for the purpose of our conversation, what is a blessing? And I'm going to give a couple of definitions here. Number one, I want to look at the dictionary definition for blessing. When I look at the dictionary definition of blessing, the dictionary definition of blessing says a blessing means to invoke favor, okay, for a good outcome. When you invoke, favor for fortunate things to happen to an individual. But I want to give you the scriptural context, okay, so that you understand. I'm going to give different definitions so you see the power of proclaiming blessings over your life and everything that you do. What is a blessing? A blessing is an unseen force that make good things happen for you, good things happen to you, good things happen with you, and good things happen around you. That's one. Number two, what is a blessing? A blessing is when supernatural forces are working to your advantage to assist and to support you in succeeding. What is a blessing? A blessing also is an empowerment to prosper, empowerment to excel, empowerment to succeed, empowerment to overcome. What is a blessing? A great man of God, Pastor Adeboye, I love how the way he defined blessing. He said a blessing is when the forces of heaven, the forces of the earth, and forces beneath the earth all come together to support a man in helping him to succeed. Now, I want you to understand that all this definition I gave about blessing can only be released when it is spoken. So, it is not just enough for you to believe things in your heart. Something happens when you speak it. You see, in your life, nobody else's word carry more authority than the authority of your own words. You believe your words more than the word of anybody else. So I want to encourage you, practice the lifestyle of blessing. And how do you do this? You do this by saying things that God says about you. By saying the same thing God says about you. You are the head and not the tail. That you are prosperous, you are blessed, you are equipped, you are empowered, you are successful, you are redeemed, you are forgiven, you are protected. Some of you actually, most of the time, you use your own words to curse yourself, pronounce curses on your children, on your job, on your work. I mean, look at Jesus Christ. When Jesus Christ actually finished teaching the multitude, and then the Bible told us that they were hungry, what did he do in Luke chapter 9? The Bible says he requested for a meal. You know, he told his disciples, do you have something to feed the multitude? When they say, oh, they only had the lunch of a 12-year-old boy that was present in that crowd. Jesus took 5 loaves and 2 fish. The Bible says he lifted it up and what did he do? He invoked the power of God. He invoked the favor of God for multiplication, for increase upon it. And it was able to feed 5,000 people. Some of us, you are using your words to curse the job of your hand. You are using your words to curse your business. You are putting curse on your marriage. Some of you are married. You don't even know how to give compliment. Never you use your words again to curse yourself. Words affect your self-esteem. What affects your relationship? Let me say something to you. Think about it, how powerful words are. Tell me one thing you did in your life that did not involve words. For instance, if you think about marriage, how did it begin? Somebody began by looking at somebody and say, I like you. Can we go for a date? Or I like certain qualities about. You don't just walk up to the room, both of you are quiet, and then you start dating. And then, think about it. How did you get married if you're married? Both of you talked. You want to get married. You planned the date. You ended up going before a court or a traditional setting, and then you exchange vow with words. Think about it. Even me being here today, I had to speak to the manager who is coming to record me today. We agree on this date, we agree on this place. That's how we ended up here. There is nothing you do where words are not involved. Words are powerful, and you need to become intentional and deliberate going forward. Because for many of us, since the lockdown actually finished, you work hard, you are talented, you are gifted, some of you are educated, but your mouth, the misuse of your mouth is your greatest problem. The Bible says life and death is in the power of your tongue. That means every time you are speaking, you are releasing the power of death, or you are releasing the power of life into what you're doing. I want to encourage you, train yourself every day to begin to proclaim blessings over you. Now let me tell you this, I can say to you all day, you are highly favored. Until you say it with your own mouth, it will not carry the same impact. Just because you are hearing it coming from me, anybody can look at you and say, oh, you can be successful. But until you say it over yourself, and there are some of us, actually, people have spoken curses over you. Maybe you came because of experience you went through. Maybe you grew up in a dysfunctional home, or maybe when you were young, teachers told you you can't amount to much, you can't actually succeed, or because of your background, what number you are. That devil is a liar. Satan cannot curse you. All Satan can do is to make you believe his lies, and then you use your own mouth to begin to proclaim those words, and they become your reality. So I want to say today, train yourself and develop the habit to begin to bless yourself. Look at the Jewish people throughout history. They know the power of blessing. Do you know what they do? They bless days. They bless their land. They bless their cattle. They bless their children. They bless their possession. They bless their birthdays. They bless everything they know how to proclaim. In fact, somewhere in the book of Hebrews, the Bible says by faith, Isaac blessed Esau and Jacob concerning things to come. You see the fathers, I think, by the time their sons are getting to 18, if I remember correctly, they begin to proclaim, until that age, start speaking to their future, what they are going to be, what they are going to do. And who started it first? God. God blessed Adam. Why was it important for God to do that? And when God blessed him, he didn't give him money. He didn't give him land. He just invoked words upon Adam and say, multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. You begin to speak big things into your life. Begin to speak things into existence over your dream. Begin to speak victory over your health. Begin to speak prosperity over your finance. From today, begin to remove certain words from your vocabulary that limit you, that put you down. I want you to understand something. Too many things are already against you in life. Don't be against your own self. Stop cursing your future. And do you know how you curse your future and you curse your life? When you start repeating negative things. Okay, and you begin to say things, oh, I'm not enough, I can't do it, my life is bad, things are always hard. And many of us, that's why we are trapped. In fact, in Proverbs 6 and verse 2, it says you are snared with the words of your mouth. That means trapped. So many people are trapped in poverty, trapped in loneliness, trapped in the same joy. Not because they don't work hard, not because they don't have dream, but because they don't know the power of using their mouth to bless themselves. So let me just conclude by saying, stop waiting for the Pope to come and bless you. Stop waiting for Bishop T.D. Jakes. Stop waiting for Pastor Patrick. Do you have a mouth? Yes. From today, begin to use your mouth and begin to say the things God say about you, and begin to say blessings over you. Begin to invoke things into what you are doing. And as you do that, you're going to see the blessings of God in 2022 like never, ever before in your life. God bless you. I'll see you on the next video as I come with the second installment. Please subscribe, and I want you to like and share to as many people as you can. I hope it has blessed you. Let's hear from your comment and feedback. God bless you and have a wonderful time.